there. So I think I've messed around too much, gotten a little bit too much into drugs when I was younger, and I think I've really smartened up these last couple of years. And I think, like I said, I have a lot to offer to the wrestling business. It's just about getting out there, and I think really my focus is on going to the Lucha Libre way, especially with Tijuana in Mexico, so close to where I live. So I think that would be the smartest way, because actually, I'm booked in Tijuana this Christmas at the auditorium in the semi-main event. So I think things will start looking up as long as I get myself out there. I have to go looking for the work. That's what I preach.
Are you working for AAA or CMLL down there, like one of the main guys, or is it more of a smaller show in Tijuana, or a different league that we don't know of? Because everyone knows in America, we all know, even if we don't speak Spanish, we all watch AAA and CMLL. We see them on Galavision, so we get to see them. But is that who you're working for, or at least somebody remotely connected with that?
I'm not working for AAA or CMLL. It's for a local promoter out in Tijuana. The main event is Blue Demon and versus El Santo. So it's it's a pretty high profile show. I feel really blessed because I think it's a big thing, especially living out here in Southern California. One of the things you want to do as a wrestler is to wrestle at the Grand Olympic Auditorium, and then probably also wrestle at the Auditorium of Tijuana, especially on Christmas Day. So I feel that's a major accomplishment. So I'm really looking forward to it.
That does sound good. For America, though, it seems that. Do you speak Spanish at all? I know you're of Hispanic origin ancestry, right?
I'm Guatemalan, Mexican, and I'm 100% Pocho. So I don't speak Spanish. I'm not quite quite American, not quite Mexican. So
well, if you don't speak Spanish, you're American. So unfortunately for you, you have to be American, I guess. But the biggest thing is that I know that TNA and WWE are going to definitely be looking for Hispanics to fill up their cards, because even in Mexico, I just read the ratings for WWE in Mexico. They're insane, way bigger than anything else. And then you have the Puerto Rican crowds are humongous. The TV viewing audience is humongous. But I think even if you don't speak Spanish, because Tito Ortiz doesn't speak Spanish, but he's still got the huge, the mixed following of Mexicans and Americans. You don't have to speak Spanish, but because you have a similar look to Tito Ortiz, are you really 6 feet tall? I mean, is it the wrestling height?
No, definitely 6 feet tall, 215 pounds.
Then I think then you're a perfect size for either roster. Because, most of those guys are really, really small. Like compared to what they're said. Kid Cash gets listed at 6 feet tall in the WWE. He's like 5'8", So, if you're 6 feet tall, that's about John Cena's size. You're about the same size as him. You're 20 pounds shy of him, but he's the main event guy. You're probably around the same size as Carlito. What do you think about right now? Is it you're kind of more jacked now than you were in the early days of, or in the mid days of XPW, though. Didn't you bulk up quite a bit in the middle of XPW?
Actually, I'm not quite as big as what I was at my peak in XPW. I was 230 pounds, pumped full of steroids. But I think since then, just really hard work and determination, and just really knowing your body and learning how to work out has really proven to be my best substitute, so I don't need the performance enhancing drugs. That's
what I'm saying. Is that when I saw you in XPW, you looked a lot fuller, a lot bigger, but now you look more cut, you look more athletic now than you did back then. Even you look more like an MMA style fighter than you do a pumped up showboy from WWE. You know what I mean? I think that's where pro wrestling is going. It's going to, eventually, I believe it will merge into MMA, and I think MMA will probably merge into pro wrestling. It's only a matter of time before the fights are fixed, or even before the fights will be known to be fixed. Just like pro wrestling, I think it's entertainment. Well, we talked to Freak Show. We talked to Freak Show last night, and he told us Ian Rotten made him fix a fight. So of course it's going to happen, no doubt about it. But let me tell you this. I mean, this is what I'm thinking. Do you watch the TNA shows? Do you watch the pay-per-views at all?
You know what? I don't catch the pay-per-views. I really catch a lot of my wrestling on the YouTube, so what I could find on there. I don't watch the TNA enough. You know, I probably need to, but I really get into the Japanese wrestling, Noah, New Japan. I like checking out the Ring of Honor and HD Net's really good. So,
maybe your game plan is getting into Ring of Honor or Dragon's Gate and then getting signed up by TNA or WWE. Maybe you need to, kind of outshine some of their people that don't understand personality, and that's your ticket uptown.
Yeah, that's really the idea. You know, if you can really make a name for yourself, get a following, have people take notice, and then that's when the big companies take notice of you. So I think I've been laying low too much under the radar. Going into the new year, 2010, I'm looking to give back to the wrestling business and really looking to have fun and not really just focusing on making it, just really looking to have fun in wrestling. And that's when I've seen my most success throughout my career.
Well, before I was so rudely interrupted by Violence Jack, thanks, motherfucker. Go take a swig of something, you fuck, while I'm trying to ask a question. I was trying to get to, and this goes back to the Ring of Honor thing that Violence Jack was getting at, but this is what I want to get to, is that, these last few weeks, this guy comes in from Ring of Honor, Nigel McGuinness, you know who he is, right?
Absolutely.
And he's out there hanging like big time with Kurt Angle. Best matches of the year, probably the last two pay-per-views. Do you think, I mean, you've seen Nigel McGuinness, do you think, like, realistically, if you get in there with Nigel McGuinness and Kurt Angle and, or say Jerry Lynn or Kid Cash or some of those top guys that can really go, you still got it like that? You can go?
Absolutely, and especially when you get into the ring with a guy that's maybe a little bit better than you or equal up to your level, it really pushes you to be the best, especially getting in the ring with some of those guys. So absolutely, I think I can hang and bang with them, and definitely looking to prove it in the near future. So just like you guys know in wrestling, it's a lot of politics involved. So politics prevailing. I'm really looking forward to making an impact on the scene. No pun intended, but just really getting out there into the wrestling.
There's politics and everything. There's politics and everything. But Ring of Honor is going to be out in California at that wrestling convention where Bret Hart is going to be. I mean, what better time is there for you to go talk to those guys and say, look, man, I've been doing this for a long time. Here's my tape. I got the best tape. I got this character. And I mean, whoever knows, I think this Barbarian, I saw this Barbarian character with the white fur and stuff, I would go away from that one. I would just not do that one. But the one with the face paint looks cool. Obviously the Rockstar character is cool too. The Barbarian one is sort of
yeah.
It looks like he might be a West Hollywood blonde or something of that character. But the other two characters are winning, I think. Except the TNA already kind of has Sting with the white face paint and everything. But the Rockstar character I think is great. It worked at XPW, which is one of my favorite promotions of all times. I don't know what you're thinking, but I think what better time to go down there and take a tape to these guys and say, look, you got to know who I am, man, I'm in Best Buy all over the country. I'm in every Best Buy store in the fucking country on XPW TV, every XPW DVD that got delivered. Ring of Honor has like 2 DVDs in Best Buy. You have 50.
Well, that's definitely the plan. I just really been focused on my wrestling school, Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. I've been really focused on that, and since the passing of Dynamite D, I think he was really, my mentor in wrestling, one of my mentors in wrestling. So it kind of shook me up. So, but learning that life goes on. So really looking to move forward in a positive way.
Hey, well, okay. Let's talk Dynamite D for one second.
Yeah.
Because you brought up steroids earlier, and Dynamite D was definitely gassed up for sure. He had that Chris Benoit look to him on his physique. Do you think that had something to do with him passing early?
You